Hi everyone, it's day 7 of our mindful living challenge, and it's also the end of our theme for the week, which was mindful movement. Today's pose is Utkatasana chair pose. If you have experienced different schools of yoga, there are different variations of chair pose. I'm going to review the different variations, and then we're going to specifically stick to a grounded one where our heels are grounded for the practice, because we're going to explore it through Sun Salutation B. And what's really great about Sun Salutation B, outside of Child's Pose, which we always start in to ground ourselves, it has all the poses that we explored this week. Sort of, again, first round we'll go into our Child's Pose, and then the second round we'll hit that upward facing dog. You'll see what we'll do. So let's talk about chair pose. Chair pose, imagine, for those of you who are exploring chair pose for the first time, imagine you're taking a seat in an imaginary chair. So typically we start in a feet apart. So our feet are about hip distance apart, and our arms are going to be positioned either parallel with the ground or up. In all the variations, the arms do come up. So if we were to explore this Bikram style, the feet are grounded. You bring the arms parallel with the ground. We start to engage our muscles in that upper arm, so engaging the biceps and triceps, tucking in the pelvis, and you sit down. You sit down and you sit down. Your goal is to eventually get the knee and hip in one line, but it depends on your bones. So if that's not happening for you, don't beat yourself up, all right? And then typically when you sit down, your feet may move, so you just want to bring your toes and heels in one line, and you sit down, draw the stomach in, and hold, and then you inhale back up, all right? So that's variation number 1. If we are in a more Ashtanga practice, sometimes the feet may be together or not. They might still be hip distance apart, but what does happen is we don't sit down as low, and we bring our palms together to touch. We really make sure that spine there's no arch in that lower spine, so we want to keep a nice long spine from the tailbone up to the neck, and we hold and we look, all right? And exhale down. Now, there's floating chair, right? Which floating chair, what happens is we extend the arms out, the feet are typically apart, and we come up onto the balls of our feet, sometimes in the cues like we're a ballerina. And then after we find our balance, we sit down, and same idea, line up the hips with the knees if you can, and you hold, and you hold. The thighs might start to shake. That's part of the process. Don't beat yourself up. And then we inhale up. So I'm just going over these variations for you. Another variation in the Bikram style variation of chair poses is we bring the hands up, come up onto the balls of the feet, we draw the knees together, and then we sit down all the way down. And the heels and hips are slightly away from each other in terms of like the lower part of your glutes, okay? So those are some variations of Utkatasana. Again, we're going to explore it through Sun Salutation B, and in that variation, we're here. Feet are not that far apart from each other, because we're coming from that toe-heel position, toes together, heels slightly apart, position of mountain pose, and then we just sit down right here, okay? So, grab your mat and let's get started. Going into Child's Pose, your toes will touch, your knees are apart, you drop your hips towards your heels, and again we extend the arms out forward in front of us. And we breathe. On your next exhale, walk the hands over to the right. Maybe you drop the left ear down or not. Whatever is available for you today. Holding here for 3 more breaths. On your next inhale, walk the hands back to center. And then exhale, walk it over to the left side. Two more breaths. On your inhale, walk the hands back to center, dropping the elbows onto the mat, palms touch, and then you bring them to cradle the back of your skull. Again, taking this moment to set an intention for today's practice. Finding a word or phrase that connects to your personal theme of growth or inspiration. On your next exhale, release your arms, placing your palms back onto the mat, looking forward, and walk the hands back. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees up, going into a down dog. Pedal the feet. And hold, and then drop back down into a tabletop pose. Dial the fingers back, and depending on your range of motion, it may look like this, and that's perfectly fine. And then just slowly make some circles with your wrist. Then reverse. Bring your palms up and your fingers towards each other. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Bring the palms of the hands back down. And slowly tuck the toes under again. Lift the knees off the mat. Draw the thighs towards the body and walk the feet towards the hands at the top of your mat. Slowly round up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's begin with sun salutation A. We're going to do 2 of A and 2 of B today. And that's going to be the end of our practice. All right. Toes touch, heels slightly apart, arms next to your body, mountain pose, and breathe. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, float the hands down. Inhale up. Half forward fold. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands into the ground, and then bring the right foot back. Then draw that left foot back. Drop the knees down. Exhale, bend the elbows. Come all the way down onto your belly, tops of the feet. Come onto the mat, so the legs back if you need to. Inhale, lift up. You can stay here in cobra for this first set. The second set will go into our upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the mat, drawing the hips towards the ceiling. Walk the feet in 1 or 2 times, and breathe here for 5 breaths. Your inhale, look forward and walk the feet towards your hands. Again, it may take you more than 1 big step, and that's okay. Meet me in half forward fold on that inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, palms touch above the head. Exhale the hands down to the sides of the body and breathe. Second set of Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, step back to your high plank. Hold here. Option to drop the knees or not. If you're not, just going to bend your elbows and come all the way down or hold. Inhale, pull through. Tops of the feet come onto the mat. Press into the tops of the feet. Engage those quadriceps. Lift up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, look forward, step forward with both feet towards the hands, half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, lifting those arms out nice and wide, and then bringing the palms to touch above the head. Look towards the thumbs. Exhale the hands down to the sides of your body, and breathe. All right. So now we're transitioning into sun salutation B. So on our inhale, we actually go straight into chair pose. Again, this chair pose is arms are going to be slightly at a 45-degree angle, okay? Modify as you need. So we're always honoring our bodies. That's the whole point of this challenge. Inhale, sit down, thighs touch, palms touch. Squeeze the palms together, roll the shoulders down and back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, put the palms down, step back, high plank. Again, knees can come down. Just hold that plank for a moment. Exhale, down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, bring that right foot in between the two hands. Drop the left heel down to a 45-degree angle and lift up for warrior 1, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, pat the palms down to frame the right foot. Tuck the left toe under. Bring that right foot to meet the left. Ride that exhale all the way down and then lift all the way up into either your downward or upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, bring that left foot through. Drop the right heel down. Inhale, lift the hands up. Palms touch. Exhale, plant the hands down. Tuck the right foot under. Bring that left foot to meet the right. Ride that exhale down, dropping the knees if you need to. Inhale, child's pose, cobra pose or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, walk the feet forward. Half fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come up. Palms touch above the head. Oh, sit down, sit down, sit down. Yeah, and then we stand up into our mountain pose. Second set, last set, all right? Inhale, chair pose, palms touch, sit down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, step back to your high plank. Try that exhale down. Inhale, pull through, lifting up into upward facing dog or pulling through into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, bring that right foot through, drop that left heel down. Inhale, lift up, sit down. Exhale, palms come down to frame that right foot, tuck the left toe under, bring that right foot to meet the left. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, left leg goes through. Drop that right heel down, 45-degree on that back foot. Inhale, hands come up, palms touch. Sit down. Exhale, frame the foot with the hands, tuck the right toe under, bring the left foot to meet for the plank. Again, you can always drop the knee down. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, pulling through into our cobra or child's or to upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up. Maybe I'm wanting to say child's pose because there's someone who's pushing through who needs to go in child's pose. No, at any time you can choose child's pose for yourself. Hold here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet. Walk the feet forward. Half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit down in the chair. Palms touch, swinging the arms forward. Exhale, stand up. And breathe. Closing your eyes. Noticing the sensations in your body. And when you're ready, slowly transition into Shavasana. This is definitely a practice where I would suggest that you not run off. Give yourself at least 60 seconds to lie on the mat. Again, you have the option to lie on your back or on your belly. And if that doesn't resonate with you, look at other positions like a fetal position. So, thanks for joining me all week long. Look forward to seeing you next week. Have a beautiful, and our theme for next week is mindful mind. So have a wonderful and beautiful day.